Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm bringing you a new Rocket League series that I'm going to be testing out, and I might be uploading it more depending on how much you guys like it and the feedback I get. So the Rocket League series is going to be called Storytime Solo Standard. So as you probably guessed from the title, I'm going to be telling a story over some Solo Standard gameplay. And in today's episode, I'm going to be telling the story about how I managed to make some abandoned barn collapse, like fully crumble. And it's actually really funny. It's about 3 years ago, I think. Yeah, it'll be about 3 years ago. Me and my friend, we'll call him Devin. We were hanging out in the middle of nowhere, right? Because we live in this small town, and so half of it's like city, quote unquote, and the other half is barren country, right? So farms, pretty much anything you see is corn. So we're driving around and we see this abandoned barn, and my friend Devin has this eye for like adventure and exploring hidden or creepy crap, and so he somehow convinces my ass, who is terrified of the smallest thing, like I can't even watch Chucky. Uh, convinces me to go into this building, right? Because we're gonna like ghost bust it or something.
Something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call?
I don't know. And we pull over and we get in, and the first thing we notice is like there's this huge door that has this lock on it, right? So naturally we're like, all right, we're gonna go check out whatever's on behind this door, because that's not a bad decision. There couldn't be like dead bodies or anything back there, right? Yeah. So we unlock it and it goes down these like dark stairs. And so it's real creepy, and immediately in my head I'm thinking like, "Oh, yep, murder zone. We aren't going there." And guess what he does? Yep, he goes down the stairs. So like, bet I ain't no bitch. I went down the stairs too. And anyway, I felt like, yeah, if there's a murderer down there, he's getting him first. He's going first. So we're chilling. And so we go down there and it's pitch black. And I just remember thinking, this is where I die. Like I'm not gonna be able to see anything again. I'm not gonna see the light again. It's just gonna take the last step and dead, dead, dead. So we get down there and we realize it's a Michigan basement. And if you don't know what a Michigan basement is, it's an unfinished basement, but the floor, instead of being like concrete or carpet or whatever, it's just dirt. So it's already really dirty, but it's like extra dirty because the house is really old, or it's like a barn. It's not a house. The barn is really old. It's like really dusty, and I hate it. I hate it so much, and I'm just sitting there trembling my ass off while he's like looking around, lifting up pieces of wood. I swear to God, we were probably gonna die. I'm surprised we haven't died from like asbestos or something. And so all of a sudden, we hear these like footsteps upstairs, and I'm thinking like there's a murder, or like it's the cops. My like even if I don't die down here, I'm going to die before I get out of the house. And so my friend Devin's like, I'm gonna go check it out. And I immediately say to myself, yes, let him. If he dies, I can just hide down here. And if like there's a murderer, maybe the murderer will think, oh, he came in alone. So like, all right, yep, go ahead, great idea. But little did I know, my friend Devin was making those footstep noises just so he could convince me, so he could go upstairs and lock me in the basement. And like I said before, I am the biggest ever. So as soon as I hear that door slam, I go full fetal mode. I am on the ground, sitting there, shaking back and forth, fetal position. I'm going to die. I am convinced I am dead. And I I sit there for a while and I'm like, how am I going to get out? Because I am convinced Devin has left me. And so I'm like, oh, great idea. I'll just start smashing the walls because, that's how you get out of a basement. And I think Devin might have heard me or something because a few minutes later I hear the door open and he's like, Bailey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm getting out of the basement, dumbass. And he comes down and he's like, let's just go, whatever. You didn't need to overreact like that, typical, oh. Anyway, so we go up there and I'm real pissed off, right? So what I decide to do is I decide that I'm going to somehow convince him that the cops are here, right? The cops are up front. I heard their sirens, and we gotta dip out the back. So what we do is we go and look through the upstairs, which is really dumb now that I think about it, because that floor could be hella weak and we could have fallen through. But we didn't. And we're upstairs and he's moving this thing and it's making this really loud noise. So I'm like, boom. Perfect time to convince him I just heard the cops. So he's moving this huge piece of wood, right? And it's making this loud scraping noise. And all of a sudden I lightly hit the wall to resemble like a car door shut. And I'm like, oh my God, Devin. Oh my God. I heard sirens, but I thought I was just imagining it. And I just now heard their door shut. And he's like, holy cow, what? And I'm like, I think it's the cops. And so he starts panicking, right? Because this is totally illegal. We're totally trespassing, but we're both good kids. We don't really get in trouble. So the idea of cops coming is terrifying. But anyway, so he starts freaking out. We run down the stairs and he just accidentally, I don't know if it's accidentally, but he just runs into this wall. And all of a sudden you hear this snap. I swear to God, it was louder than anything I've ever heard in my life. This snap. And all of a sudden you see just chunks of this wall start to crumble. And in that moment we stare at each other and we had this psychic connection of let's get the shit out of here. And we both dart for windows, right? Because all the windows are broken. So we dart for them and I jump out of this window. And I'm not kidding. Literally a second after I get out this window onto this grass, the roof collapses right where we were. And there's this huge cloud of dust just spray out. So then, naturally we oh my God, what the fuck did we just do? And then the only thing we could do was laugh. Hysterically. I don't know why, but we look at each other and we're laughing, right? So, being stupid teenagers that we were, we decided, what would be funny is if we showed our friends this. And then we showed our friends, and one of our freaking friends goes and tells his mom. What kind of wimp are you? So then his mom calls up my mom, right? And my mom's on the phone, and I can just tell by how long this conversation and how many times his mom looks over at me that I am absolutely f***ed. So my mom came and picked me up, and I was already in retreat mode. I was naming all these good things I did. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that one time I was really nice to this puppy, or oh yeah, I once, gave these flowers to this little girl, or I helped with raking the leaves or something stupid like that. Anything to get me out of trouble. And she looks back at me and she gives me that parent death glare, almost the death glare that only your mom gives you, right? It's the look if you weren't my kid, I would whip you so hard right now. But because you are my kid, I'm going to whip you harder. Yeah. Yep. So immediately, I knew I was dead meat. And I think for the rest of that month, I wasn't allowed to leave my mom's sight. Like, I'm pretty sure she got me like a child leash, you know, like the 5-year-olds have at Disney World so their kids don't get away from their parents. Yeah, I had that, you know. Big old teenage me had a fucking parent leash. Anyway, so, you know, that was fun. But that next week, I go back to school, and for some reason, everybody knows about it. Like, not even the kids. Like, some of the teachers are looking at me like, oh, you're the kid that busted down that house. And I get so paranoid. Like, oh my God, my teachers know. Are they gonna tell the cops? Like, am I gonna get arrested? And so I swear to God, for the rest of the time I was in that school, if I saw a cop parked out front or like a cop walking around the school, I would dart into a bathroom or I would run off and go hide, thinking that they were coming for me because I knocked down this stupid abandoned barn. Needless to say, I wasn't always the smartest kid in the world. So, if you guys enjoyed that story, please let me know with like a like rating or a comment. If you found it boring, please let me know and I won't upload these again. I have quite a few stories. I have my RLCS journey. I have a story about how I got chased by a cop on accident. I have a story about being picked up as a elementary schooler. I think I was in kindergarten by the wrong parents, and the parents didn't realize until I was like in their house for a solid hour. Yeah, there's a bunch of stories from my childhood, and I'm down to share them. Some of them are funnier than others, but I'll definitely try to pick out the funny ones for you guys. So if you like it, let me know, and thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. That's been it. Peace.
10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone in spite